It's a beautiful day in Melbourne and the fans are streaming into Marvel Stadium in the thousands. And why wouldn't they be, Corey? It's going to be another ripper game tonight.
Listen, I'm excited to be here. Let's just get to it. Game 2, Boomers, Team USA. What more do we need?
Corey's pumped. The fans are pumped. It's going to be enormous.
How important is it for you to set the table early for your teammates and get yours later?
Super important. I'm one of the leaders of this team, so it's important for me to set that tone. So I try to do my best to do that for my teammates.
You're the captain of Team USA. What does that mean to you?
Well, it's an honor, man. It's a blessing. This is something that I've been dreaming about since a young kid. I've been watching these Olympics and USA basketball for a long time. So, for me to be named one of the captains and one of the leaders, I couldn't ask for nothing more.
Bronx, New York. Rice High School alum. Street ball is in our DNA. What does a moment like this mean to you when you look at your whole life and your whole career?
Man, it's surreal. It's a blessing. I'm super happy to be here. I'm trying my best to inspire the young kids coming up behind me. Trying to carry myself in the right way. I'm representing the whole city of New York, the Bronx, the people who raised me to the man I am today.
Tonight, I saw a #1 pick in the NBA draft. Let me tell you why. I needed to see it against the defending champion. I needed to see it against Damian Martin. They came in the studio in overtime, and I said, do you know who your competition is? And I named off the #1 harasser. 5-time defensive player, 6-time defensive player of the year, 5-time champion. Do it against that type of competition. And that's what he did. There is no doubt in my mind, if he keeps up that type of play, which I have no doubt that he won't, that's the #1 pick in the NBA draft, man. 32 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 turnovers. The youngest to ever do it. He gave us the whole arsenal. 4 of 7 from the land of plenty. And the most important thing about it all, he did it in front of Mitch Kupchak, who is salivating at the mouth on the phone with Michael Jordan because he is the GM of the Charlotte Hornets. Liam, right, so how about this? What player in his draft class is doing this? Okay, let's get into it, all right? I got the notes. You know I don't come with notes. Cole Anthony, step to the side. James Wiseman, step to the side.
Well, he's been
Anthony
forced to
Edwards,
step to the side.
And when he comes back, they're going to fight that to make sure he potentially may not play again this year, right? Anthony Edwards, step to the side. You tell me a player out of those 3 that could put a game together like this. Remember, he's playing against men. He's not playing against kids. This ain't a cupcake league. I was not a believer. That's why I'm the loudest advocate. Because I sat here last year. I sat here this year in the beginning when they were here. I was not a believer. This is why I am the loudest advocate for this kid to go #1.
You're not on a ball player, well, are you?
No. And on top of that, what did he do after leaving the game? 1,000 jump shots. Shout out to Sunday Dech. Let's talk about him.
Well, let's talk about that.
So much up for grabs. Bubba almost snatched it away from a Jet. Shot clock at 10. Adams the off balance.
Oh my goodness!
Unbelievable.
That's the game, guys. You ain't coming back from it.
0-5. Coach sat him down in the first maybe 4 minutes. It was like, what are you doing? He's taking quick shots.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
It was.
0 points in the first quarter.
He gets 28 for the game. Yeah.
Second quarter, he has 9.
30, and he had 30.
30, sorry.
Second half, 21. No shot bigger than that. And I said, that's the type of shot that's going to change his life. And Lobby, what do you mean? He's not going to change his life. You're just being extra. I said, let me explain something to you. And this is what I meant by it. Okay, Tasmania Jack Jumpers, first time in the league. This team is basically like, and I said it last night, I said it yesterday, I said it this morning. Think of like The Expendables, that movie. The Replacements, that movie. Major League, that movie. Bad News Bears, that movie. This is a team that nobody wanted these players. For them to do all of this, to get here, Will Magnay is the most, he's the biggest jack jumper that's under pressure next year. We'll get into that. Because this is the marquee player, and we did all of this without you. There's certain shots, the balls, the courage, the heart. To take it is one thing.
Yeah.
to make it. The degree of difficulty in that shot, if you're a right-handed shooter, you usually like going left to get the shot off. Right hesitation. Hard dribble right hesitation. Side step. Shot off balance. His leg gets kicked and taken from under him. He hits the shot. It's a three-point game. 1 minute and 6 seconds left. I had to go back and watch that play. He knocks that down. Close the door. Good night, Melbourne.
It's unbelievable.
That's the craziest call I ever had. I had 2 of my craziest calls ever with the great one.
Hey!
The first one was the Melo Ball triple-double.
Yes.
The second one was that shot.
Yep.
Only way I could be great is with gays.
No, you...
Stop separating us and keep us together. And here it is. Mix, sidestep. Listen, game 1, 30 points. Game 2, 29 in 30 minutes. This is $1 million player. Sydney, I don't know what you're going to do, but you better get that money up because he out of here if you don't. I don't know what you got to do. He is head and shoulders better. There's nobody coming close to this kid right here. I've seen matchups with him and Bryce Cotton in crucial moments, and he locked Bryce up, and Bryce was not able to get off one-on-one. I know what I know when it comes to those matchups, and he did it multiple times and had damn near 25 to 30 points in each of those wins, at home or on the road. This kid is the real deal. He's from Maryland, B. They built different down there. Trust me when I tell you. As an African-American man, obviously we understand where the history has been in terms of in America. You have slavery, you have Jim Crow, you have all of these things, right? In the arts and entertainment industry, we all know and felt that we've never gotten our just due in terms of the Academy Awards. Mm-hmm. You have a whole cast where who produced the show? African American. Mm-hmm. I mean, host, everything. Yeah. It was like, okay, look, even if white America did not want to, however it came about, the decision was made to have all black production, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Then you have the most clean cut. It wasn't like, okay, we put a rap on stage. It was someone somewhat unstable to the masses, like a la Kanye, or you don't know what Kanye is going to do. You would never put Kanye in that situation.
True.
Right? That's just facts.
Yep.
Instead, we have the complete opposite. We put Will Smith there. You have Chris Rock on stage. Okay? Mm-hmm. These are guys that pretty much have done nothing wrong. Mm. And that happens. That's the worst. There is nothing you could actually tell me that could justify that. This is the most prestigious award show. It's never been done before.
Yep.
Right? So it's like there's so many people that did not want that to happen. And we finally, however it happened, it happened. And then that happens. So it's almost like we should have never done that. We knew we shouldn't have done that. Yeah. That'll never happen again. We just went back to the beginning of the Academy Awards. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, for the greater good of the movement, for the African-American experience, for those to come after us when we're gone. This is a moment, if you ever think about allowing the African-American experience to produce the whole show, let's go back to this reference. It'll never happen again. It is extremely disappointing. It's disheartening because, again, we're not talking about someone unstable. First of all, I want to say, I'm back on the train. That's number one. You see my colors on. You see the colors that I'm wearing. Illawarra, I put this on for you. I got a whole sweatsuit on. I put it on for you. Anyway.
For the title.
I'm just saying that I'm back on the train. What they did has never been done in Melbourne. In any of these arenas, the Melbourne United have played in. We're going to say Hisense to beat in 1 week Melbourne United on the road twice. The way you've done that, very, very impressive. This was the Illawarra I wanted to see in the beginning. This is why I said they're going to win the championship. I was hype on them. You guys, I don't know what you guys did. You nosedived badly. I jumped off the train. 100%. I'm not. Who is going to stay on a train that's going to be wrecked and you seeing it wrecked? You get off. That's what I did.
Hey, look, to be fair, it's a
That's
really
what I
good
did.
metaphor and it makes sense. Go on.
Facts. So with that, you guys now figured it out.
You meant to stick fat.
No.
That's what sports about in some small way.
No way.
Go for it.
No way. Xavier Rather-Mays. Let me tell you why I'm impressed. Because he can handle the pressure. The same way those guards was throwing pressure on Bryce Cotton, wasn't able to get off, Xavier Rather-Mays just took Shea in the post. Come on over here on my backside. Just stay right here on my hip, and let's get to work. Too big, too strong. He was not able to rattle him the way Shea Delly usually rattles players. He's hitting that mid-range shot.
He's closing.
Making plays happen without Tyler Harvey. I knew this guy was a great signing. And, oh, there go the highlights again. There we go. Look at this. Whoop! Highlight play. Boom! You see the athleticism in that man right there?
The bounce.
Listen, the bounce, the intensity, defensively, what he's able to do, Antonius Cleveland, that's changing the whole team morale defensively. Then you have Duop Reith, 18 and 9. AC came in, 22, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block. He's just making plays happen. And I'm telling you, man, that man right there has been impressive, and he's come alive at the right time when it mattered most. No Tyler Harvey, you couldn't tell me. You could not tell me Melbourne United was not going to win that game without Tyler Harvey, because he was the one that lit him up the week early in the week, last round. So just know this, I'm back on the train. All right? Y'all can try to keep me off the train. I'm hearing things. It ain't happening. I'm back on the train. All right, you got it.
So you're telling me you went through your wardrobe to find the Adidas Power suit that coincided with the Hawks colours?
Let me show you what I
Here we
got.
go. No, I see once you go on, man. It's
Let me
a
show
full
them.
suit.
They know. I'm with Illawarra today. You see me? Look at this. See the stripes?
Remarkable
Stripe
scene.
Take a photo.
You know what I'm saying? See what I'm doing? All of it on.
Now,
Illawarra
Can I
fit.
just make a quick point about Rathan Mays and his closing?
go on.
Been a tough journey for you individually. After hearing all that, I obviously didn't know, but there's a lot of rejection there. Then there's a lot of opportunity up and down. But now it's just consistency. I would have thought with what you're doing.
Well, in anything that you're doing, there's a journey, you know? There's nothing for me to be bitter about. Like, look how it started. It's all a bonus. You're doing something that you naturally do. I don't wear a mask. I'm me. You know what I mean? I don't have to put on, a suit and hold my opinion back. I get paid to give you my thoughts. Best job in the world.
Yeah. And looking good doing it.
Thanks. Best job in the world. So when I tell you, and people hear me on whatever platforms I'm on, and I discuss and say grateful and gratitude, you know how many people wish they could do this? Do I wear a suit? I wear a suit when I want to wear a suit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Grateful. I rock up like this. And wholeheartedly am myself. If you don't get peace of mind being yourself and get paid to do it, something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're not grateful about life. I'm not talking about construction. I know nothing about that. That would be work for me. You know what I'm saying? But I truly am grateful. I'm grateful for how the league has grown from strength to strength. The talent that's come out of this league the last 4 or 5 years have been what's put this league on the map. I could talk all day, but if the talent don't match it, it look like I'm talking shit and blowing air. You know what I mean? And I wholeheartedly mean the shit I say. And
let's project forward to the Olympics. Of course, 2 really good, really strong Australian sides are going to be representing us there. How important is it that we medal for Australian basketball here, I guess, domestically?
It is imperative that the Boomers medal. This team hasn't medaled and is ranked 3rd in the world. That is the respect the world gives Australian basketball, particularly the Boomers. Now, here's why I say it's imperative they medal. The Opals have medaled multiple times. The domestic league, the NBL, one of the best leagues in the world outside of the NBA, and the hottest league in the world outside the NBA. Grassroots basketball, you have AIS, which is one of the greatest junior level programs in the world consistently. The only thing missing is the Boomers medaling. Once that occurs, it will be a legitimate basketball powerhouse. Look at all the respected countries in the world. They have everything covered. And guess what else is going to happen once they medal? You get international interest, international sponsorship, and that will mean more money to have in the country developing basketball to a higher level. That's why it's important.
Well,
it will do him better to not play in the Olympics. Here's why.
Okay.
You don't have enough time to recover mentally from what just happened in the NBA, right? What do you think you know how hard it is to score in international basketball? NBA, they don't play defense. In the regular season, the floor is spread. You have illegal defense. You can't just camp in the paint. FIBA rules, you could sit in the paint. He has not recovered mentally yet. He has to prepare, go to camp, and then shoot to Japan in a couple of weeks. What do you think all those other teams are going to do for him?
Yeah.
They're going to foul him. Send him to the free throw line, play off him. It's going to expose him even more.
Yep.
In my opinion, the best thing for him to do is get his mind right, not care about shooting the ball.
That's about as interesting
You know
an
how
observation
hard it
as
is
I've heard about this.
To score at high level, they would do the same thing what you do to Greek Freak when you play Greece. We're going to pack the paint in, let him shoot. Mentally, he hasn't even recovered from a week ago. The whole world saw this. You know, one thing in life, let alone sport, once you get exposed in a certain way and, damn, look at that chink in the armor.
Yeah.
We're going to keep exposing that. In life, at some point, you're going to hit a wall. You're going to hit some serious adversity. This might be the most adversity this young man has ever hit. 2 ways this thing works. Don't matter who you are. You can have $40 million a year you're getting, or you have $1. When you hit adversity, there's 2 things that's going to happen. You're either going to rise or you're going to fall. That's simple. No one's immune to that. No one escapes that. That's what's going to happen. And it all starts here. Let's forget all of that. I'm going to get into the facts. For those who do not know, 2012 first-round pick, 7 years in the league, 346 NBA games logged. Comes from basketball DNA. Mom, dad, brothers, uncles. They've all played the game, right? He rebounds, he sets screens, he blocks shots, he plays defense. I mentioned he rebounds. That's very important what I just said.
Does he rebound?
Yes, he does. She's super strong. He finishes around the basket, and he is a hard worker. You know the type of hard worker he is? Exactly what the Perth Wildcats been missing and needed. He embodies everything they need at that center position. He doesn't have to do much. We know the best 2 closers in the game, clutch players, are teammates. What do you got to do? I'm not looking at him versus anybody else but the Kings. Bogut, go on, keep sitting in that paint. Those screens, he's going to come off wide open. When he decides to step up that roll, dunk. That's a center he going to have to respect and play. It's going to be a problem. Kings, I repoed those rings and mailed them already in the envelope out west. Perth Wildcats winning the championship. Not to mention, he's a rock star. I am glad there's a rock star in the league. He is a rock star.
Could he be the bad boy of the NBL?
Nah, he ain't here long enough. He just gonna collect a ring, do his job. Maybe he comes back again. Okay. But there's a rock star in the league.
He's not a bad boy, though, right? He's a rock star. He's not a bad boy.
He's a rock star. Every rock star.
Yeah. He's a dookie.
He's a dookie.
Got an edge to him. All rock stars have an edge to him.
He has an edge.
I'm not saying he's going to be bashing guitars at a hotel.
Nah, not at all. But you know,
there's a slight edge to him.
For example, on his birthday, he was at Burning Man. If you don't know about Burning Man, look it up.
Yeah, well, it's good preseason for the NBL 20 then.
Oh, this is going to be good.
After college, you know, I went to a small university, didn't have a big name or a big rep. Nobody was like draft. I wasn't on nobody's draft board. I didn't have anything but street ball when I first came out of school. So luckily, 2 men, I call them my 2 angels, Sid Jones and James Ryan from New York. I went to them and said, look, I want to play somewhere. I need a job. They said, look, we have something for you, but it's not what you think. It's not basketball. I said, look, I'm fresh out of school. Yeah. I don't care. I'll do whatever. They said, all right, cool. You know what my job was? My first paying job playing basketball. I was a New York National, Washington General against them.
Washington General.
And lost everything to them. So this moment is so special for me because in 2018, I'm now on a panel on Bill and Buzz when we're interviewing the Globetrotters.
That's crazy.
That's got to be the worst job in the world, coaching.
Listen,
just doing it now.
Coaching or playing. But, you know, it's helped me see the whole West Coast. I was a kid from New York. I didn't really travel to the West.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was on the West Coast tour, and my whole story, long story short, it ain't where you start.
No, of course.
Appreciate the journey. You know what I mean? That was just the beginning. It's all how you finish.
Impressive performance by Team Canada. 11 points, 4 assists. You got to be feeling good.
Yeah, definitely. I think the team's been meshing really well last couple of weeks. I think we're just bringing it all together. It was a good night for us.
How do you bounce back and be mentally focused? You won by 34 points. You know, usually the next day you kind of sleep on the same team that you're playing against. What's the key to coming out and performing just as good as you did today?
Just sticking to the process, knowing that we got to get better for ourselves, and we're working on us every day out here because it's just exhibitions, but just try to get better every day and improve on what we did the day before.
You had about 9 players that scored between 8 points to 20. You guys do it by committee. How important is playing for each other?
It's really important. Coach preaches every day, just making the right passes, playing as a team. So I think that's what we've been doing.
Good job tonight. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
L'organisation et l'organisation de nos jeux, il n'y a aucune raison d'en douter.
President, what do you think about USA basketball against France today?
Come on.
What do you
They
think?
defeated us. It was sufficiently painful. No, I mean, you have a great team.
I'm glad you're here, President.
This sport seems to be designed for you.
I appreciate it. Glad you're here.
But it was a great team. I congratulate you. I mean, your team, it was superb. I hope we will defeat them nevertheless. Final.
No worries, man. Have a good one, President. Thanks for being here.
No, thank you very much, and all the best for you and all your athletes.
Thank you.
Can he stay at Philadelphia for next season?
He'll be gone.
Gone.
Philly,
No
Philly
chance he's
no,
staying.
There's no chance. You got to trade him. His time is up in Philly. He turned into pretty much over in 10 minutes. They pretty much turned into almost the most hated player to ever wear a Philly jersey. The way it went out, because look at the reaction. Forget the coach and Embiid, the fans.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
The fans. So it'd be different if he was making minimum wage. Be different. But you making $35 million a year. He shot the ball 4 times, 31%. The numbers are the numbers. 31% from the free throw line. A play like that where you can go up to dunk. Trae Young's not going to block you. He's not even going to foul you. And you that type of play, and he wasn't going that hard. You got to understand that city is a hard-nosed town. So they expect their players, their marquee players, to play hard all the time. So, yeah, it's over for him in Philly. It's not going to work. I can't see him not being traded in the offseason. I actively date. Some people actively date different. Some people, when they say I'm single, it means I'm just not in a committed relationship and I'm by myself. Me saying I'm single means I'm just not in a committed relationship. I'm actively dating, which means
I've got no idea what
it's
that means.
a couple of people I'm actively seeing.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
There we go.
Right.
So you have actively dating, you have dating, which means it's just a one person you're seeing.
Okay, right.
So actively dating means there's a couple of people.
Sure.
But I'm not just going to give you my individual time.
Right.
You got to earn it.
Okay.
Which means, though I'm actively dating, if the vibes is right and it's organic, they'll fall to the wayside, and I'm going to focus on you.
Got a bit of a stench of polygamy about this, but anyway.
I'm honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Best policy.
So I'm not selling you smoke and mirrors where you don't have a choice.
No.
This is where things go bad.
Yep.
I'm going to give you an option. It's up to you.
Perfectly
You
understandable.
answer it or not, it's okay. I'm okay hearing no.
Yep.
And we could just be friends. But I gave you a choice. You cannot say I robbed you of a decision.
No, sir.
There we go. Moving forward.
Yep.
Earlier this week, today's what, Wednesday? So this might have been about Tuesday, yesterday, early in the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
I decided to make the phone calls
Oh, hell.
and just respectfully talked to a couple of people I was actively dating
Yeah.
and just said, listen, you know, I've had a fantastic time, but I feel like
Tough calls to make.
there's some tough calls to
A
make.
lot of emotion.
You know what I mean? It's all love if I see you,
There's a
but you
lesson
know, the
for
bucks
many
just
people.
stop
It's
here.
a big commitment. I'm sure there's quite a few calls you had to make. But
Quite a few calls I had to make. If you want to actively date, be respectful with it.
Yeah.
If you are not feeling a person, you owe that person a responsibility to be honest.
I would have thought so.
And guess what? Honesty is the best way to go.
No question
Because
about
at the end of the day, that person could call me and be like, listen, you know, I want more right now than you can give me. I got to respect that. I don't want to waste nobody's time.
There's a lot.
So, and I don't want my time wasted. You know, I
No.
got to post. I got to see you guys.
Of course.
We got to call
You gotta
NBL
comment
games.
that, You got to go to America.
Hello?
You're a busy man.
There's a lot to do.
I think there's a lot.
Foot
that-
Locker stuff.
Exactly.
Ain't that much time in the
Hennessy,
day. So I
Hennessy,
NBA. There's
you're
a lot
the man.
going on.
Exactly.
So with that, you got to sleep.
Give me your thoughts on Vickerman's appraisal of Caroline's performance in reference to a player he used to have on his squad.
Wasn't a good look.
Well,
Wasn't
you
a
go
good
ahead.
that.
Well, what he also said before that was that they are out there looking for players. So
It doesn't do a lot of confidence for the bloke you've got,
I'm
does
gonna
it?
keep it a buck, Gaze,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just imagine this. I'm gonna say me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with my lady, right? Me and my lady together.
Yeah.
You know, we've been together for, you know, whatever, right? Let's say, how long is this?
Long enough.
I'm just saying, the Melbourne United relationship been with Jordan Caroline.
Oh, 4 months?
Okay. Let's say 3, right?
All right, 3 months.
Right,
Let's say 3 months.
Okay.
I'm with my lady. And, you know, things ain't going so well. And my lady says to her friends, she's just reminiscing about her ex.
Right.
How would that make you feel?
Yeah, no
That's
good.
basically what happened.
It's not good.
True. It's true.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just not good.
Relationship over.
No,
You
it is.
reminiscing about your ex?
That's true.
Oh, man. What I've learned is you have to identify your strengths, find spaces where you add value. And where you add value, like amplify your value, other people will begin seeing the value that you add and inquire about your services. Then it's on you to figure out what that package will look like for you to work with them or not. You know what I mean? And when you get at a stage where everything might not be transactional for cash, well, give me equity.
I love this. I can talk business show all the time. I love that stuff, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, again, man, like what I've learned is, again, look, you're not going to be in that seat forever. Neither am I. This light ain't going to be on you forever. Neither am I. So when that seat is gone and the light is off, the fuck you got to show for yourself.
You got a lot, man.
That's the shit I'm on, you know?
You got more to go, too, by the sounds of it.
Barely scratching the surface, baby. We rolling, bro.
Unreal, man.